Hey, I mentioned in the intro that you do about 100 days a year for Army. How did you find that you needed to adjust your work and personal routines to fit that kind of commitment into what is already a busy lifestyle and a busy job?
Yeah, it's hard, no doubt about it. I think it's the same for every reservist. You're juggling all the time. But I think you do what you want to do and you do what you like to do. And if the work is satisfying and you're enjoying it and you're getting something back from it, you put more time into that. I haven't had any trouble, and I'm lucky I've got a really supportive employer. Kerry Stokes, our chairman, has been a great supporter of Army and Defence, and my bosses were really thrilled with the idea that I was coming to be a reservist. So having a supportive work environment is a great thing.
Where do they draw the line between the flexibility that they will give you and the flexibility that they don't?
Yep. I haven't hit that line yet. I've taken defence leave to do my courses and defence leave when I need it. I've never had anything knocked back to say, you need to be here instead. But I manage that as well. I won't go away, obviously, when Olympic Games are on or Com Games are on. I will be where my employer needs me. And it's worked out well for me with my reserve life that when I'm needed there, I can find times when I'm needed there that don't conflict with where I need to be somewhere else for 7. So far that's worked out well. But as much as a supportive employer, you need a supportive manager inside Army as well. You know, I think that's a big thing. Reservists can offer a lot, and properly managed, probably 100% more. I think if you can find tasks that they can take away and do in time and work off-site on things, that works really well, because you know, often you'll find yourself during the day with maybe a spare 30 minutes or an hour, and you can punch into an activity or a task that you need to do.
Yeah.
So if you're prepared to manage a reservist like that, I think an important thing too is to sit down with your reservist and say, hey, listen, how do we make this work for both of us? You know, how do I get the best out of you? What can I do to help you, manage your time and what you've got to do? Because I think probably one thing I've found in the reserve workforce is that people are highly motivated. You know, they're professionals at what they do. They've reached a level because of their work ethic and their skills and their commitment, but they want something more, and this is fulfilling something else for them. And they will turn that same energy and that same intellect and that same commitment into this job if you can help them steer through it. You know, they will give you the energy, but don't bash them over the head and make it hard for them, I think is probably the message. Do what you can to help your reservists, and I'm sure that you'll get a result and an output from that person that would be pretty impressive, hopefully.
Yeah, that's fantastic insight advice. I think that's particularly for the ARA managers who aren't, or those that aren't intuitive or have experienced intuitive. I think that's great advice, because the way you manage your reservists needs to be different to the way that you manage your ARA staff. Yeah. And I think we need to remember that that the reserve service is not their #1 priority; it's their second priority, as it is for you. So,
and so it probably works both ways too. We understand that we're hard to manage, that we're a different requirement. Yeah. So I think most reservists are aware of that, and they understand the pressures that they can put on their managers who are trying to work out how to best use them and manage their time. So, but I think that the best thing is to sit down and have that discussion and have it regularly. Have it every 6 months. How are you going? How are you keeping up with what you need to do? Are you able to keep your time up? How do we get more out of you? And do you want to give more? I think is the big thing too, because quite often people want to do more. I've certainly found that with a lot of the medical professionals that I've come across. They want to do more. They want to do more time. So the question is how to manage that and get that out of them. Yeah.